Hello everyone and welcome to the third game of today. This is mini LCS ML3 mini LCS the third. Yep. And we're coming into the second game of Group A, or the third game of tonight, as I said. 1st of February, game day, and we have two people or two teams who are kind of shoot in to be the top two teams in Group B, in my opinion. Uh, Not just my opinion, but I think quite a few people believe it. From what scrim results have held, Eggy are looking like a really dominant team, and Khaled's keys. They have quite a few key pieces of other teams from last year that look really strong. They have Stephen Merchant, or as you can see, his name here is My Little Merchant, who was Boyloid in Eggy last year. We have Olympiakos, who's aim from last year. They do have their team captain who isn't here today, Zucro, who was the AD carry of Jason's. So they have quite a few pieces to the success puzzle. They just need to hope and try to make sure that the rest of the pieces work, and maybe they can go somewhere. We have a look at Eggy though. They have Gravite or Gravity. I think it's Gravite because you know Gravite has an E, Gravity has a Y, but it's whatever. So we have Gravite and the jungle. He's picked up that Rengar. We have Avocado Chicken, who is more than likely going to be the top laner. Axe and E Michael, I'm just going to call him Michael, in the AD carry position. Lodge the support, and Quotient is going to be the mid laner. On the enemy team, Khaled's keys, we have BDP Majora picking up AD carry here with Ezreal. We have Olympiakos top with the Tom Kench, most likely. It may get swapped over to the support. It's kind of a flex pick, but we'll find out about that later. We have BDP Trail, who I know is the support player for that team. James Peer will probably be the probably be the mid laner, and My Little Merchant is the jungler. If we have a look at the bans real quick, we see a Twisted Fate, Elise, and Fiora ban. These bans are interesting. I don't really understand the Twisted Fate ban, but ooh, the Elise is clearly targeted at My Little Merchant, and Fiora is just what we saw last game, didn't we? Fiora top is one hell of a champion. If we look at Khaled's keys, they ban out the Alawi, the Shen, the Lulu. Lulu has been a popular flex pick in teams of lodges for a long time. They just, you saw Eggy last year, they just sent Lulu top every game. Or every game they won, they sent Lulu top lane, and she just kept them, like, all alive. The Shen, who has recently been reworked, so I guess maybe they're thinking I don't really understand this champion very well, so we're going to ban that, and it probably looks pretty strong. The Alawi, I don't understand so much, but it's cool. We have a quick look over at Eggy again. We can see they have now picked up their top laner in Poppy and the AD carry in Corki. Michael is a proficient Corki player from what I've seen in scrims, and he's been able to like, I've seen him do rather well with it so far in scrims. He seems to be a kind of supportive AD carry, which kind of sounds stupid, but from what I've seen in his play, he seems to always go negative. If you heard that, that was my cat trying to jump up on my desk and failing miserably. Whoops. But yeah, he kind of deals a lot of damage. If you look in the post game stats, he's usually the highest damage dealer on his team, but he doesn't really get the KDA for it. Oh, we can actually see that Lodge and Quotient are swapping roles here. Lodge has been playing support in most games, but because Quotient is a new addition to the team with the expansion, he he is going into the support this game, with Lodge taking up what looks to be Ari or LeBlanc. Last year, when Lodge was the dedicated mid laner of Eggy LeBlanc was near 100% pick banned. So wouldn't be surprised to see him take it, and he does lock that in, so he's definitely gonna try and, go big on that, most likely. The only issue I see being is that the enemy team has a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of CC. Like, the Lissandra, who he's going to be laning against, has a lot of CC with the W and the ulti later on in the later stages, and the Q has a nice slow, so if they trade within minions, I don't know if I should call him James Pear. Or I think it's Pierre or Pear. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should call him that. I'm gonna call him Faker for the purposes of that was his name on the sign up form. But the Lysandra, if trading within minions against Lodge, can probably win, I think. But it's a bit iffy. Um, sorry, I'm being unfortunate. Sorry, I'm really going off track. So okay, they're putting Olympiakos in the mid lane on the Lysandra. They're putting James Pierre or Perry. I don't know. They're putting him up top on the Olympiakos against Avocado Chicken against who's playing Poppy. You've got the bot lane of Ezreal Nami versus Corki and Janna, and then we've got the jungle matchup of Rengar versus Lee Sin. Lee Sin has proceeded to keep his 100% pick of ban so far, and this is again another kind of similar setup, but it's a lot weaker than the others were. Like the others were clear, distinctive because of the fact that the enemy jungler was a devourer jungler. It was someone who wanted to sit in the jungle and farm up until sated devourer, which is a long time. Whereas Gravite will want to sit in the jungle and farm to 6, which is not a long time. And it's also something that Merchant wants to do. Merchant wants to get his ult as well, but the only difference is that he doesn't need it to gank, whereas Rengar kind of does. He can make ganks work without it, but it increases his success rate with ganks, I think, a lot. Like, it makes ganking with him considerably easier. It's basically the only thing that's going to stop you from getting a successful gank with a Rengar with ult is a pink ward. And yeah, it's not. I don't know. I think it's just way easier for him to gank with ulti, and so as a result, he's going to want to farm to 6. Plus, I think that generally, in the early stages of the game, Lee Sin will deal more damage than him, so he doesn't really want to gank unless it's a really nicely timed counter gank against the Lee Sin, or it's like a free low kill somewhere on his own with no Lee about. He knows Lee's not there, because if he gets counter ganked by Lee Sin, then it's going to be free kills for Khaled's keys. But if he counter against Lee Sin, it's not going to be the same. It might not work out, and then it might still be free kills for Khaled's keys. The the Tom Kench pickup is really interesting. I think it's taking it away from Lodge because Lodge does play a lot of Tom Kench if he was to go to the support role. But we see he's actually in mid, so it's not that much of a deal. Probably wouldn't have been something they chose because I don't think the quotient is very proficient on the Tom Kench. But what Tom Kench provides their team right now is a lot of disengage. It protects them a lot with the W. His Devour, you can eat them, walk away, and basically, if Rengar jumps on the AD carry, if Rengar jumps on the Lysandra, if Rengar jumps on even Lee Sin or Nami, they just get eaten and they get basically walked away. They get like taxied away off to safety because they get that movement speed buff as well. So you need to be able to lock up Tahm Kench as well, and usually you would wait until there's like if for example Rengar jumps on Majora on Ezreal, what will happen is Ezreal will get CC'd because once he's jumped in, if he's got his 5 stacks of Ferocity, I believe it's called, he's going to throw his E, right? Or he's either going to throw his E or he's going to just try and blow you up. If he tries to blow you up, then you just get picked up by Tahm Kench. But if he tries to CC you, once you've been CC'd, Tahm Kench picks you up, and you just go, and then it's fine. And then Tahm Kench doesn't have to worry about any kind of like long route because it was just wasted on the AD carry that he picked up. Right. So if I was to look at these teams, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about the Eggy Bread lineup right now. They could go really big and win just like flat out because they have the champions available to them to do so with the LeBlanc and the Rengar. Both of them could just go off on one and hard carry, which would definitely be a win condition for them. So like that's really not that unrealistic. Um, but in terms of team fighting, they don't really do team fighting very well. They have a Poppy and a Janna who can disengage very well. They have a Corki for kite back damage, and he's gonna have a power spike, which they're probably gonna want to team fight around. But when they team fight, they're not really gonna want to team fight. They're gonna want to have Gravite ult in, kill a Squishy, and then fight. Whereas when we look at the other side, we have Tom Kench, who's a great team fighter. All he needs to do is land 3 stacks on someone, and then he can eat them and drag them off into his team. That could be like a squishy target. That could be that Corki. That could be that LeBlanc. That could even be Rengar. Um, then they've also got the Nami, who we saw last game, even though it was a losing effort, it was a good effort in team fights, especially from Eternal Scarlet, who could just like keep throwing out the nice bubbles, the nice ulties that would just keep their team safe and also set up some nice fights. And now we have a wait. Great. This is useful. Useful time for me to talk about nothing. Allow this. Okay, okay. Am I still recording? I didn't stop recording. Cool. Right. Still getting into the game, yeah, gold. We are doing that. I really hope the footage is not fucked. Ignore me. So, looks like nothing's going to happen, which is interesting because this is the first game in which nothing has happened. Everyone's just like, let's have a nice, clean, early start fight. Probably change this. We have the town top, we have the list mid, we have the support there, we have the jungle there. Yeah, top there, carry Corki, yep, cool, that is that. And we are set and ready to go. Early levels, who is going to win what? The Lee Sin obviously does more than the Rengar in the early levels, which is useful for him if he can capitalize on it. I think that Merchant can capitalize on it. I think he's a strong jungler. He's one of the stronger junglers in the tournament, so I don't see why he can't. I just need to see what lane he can go for. He can't really gank top because of the fact that once Avocado Chicken hits level 2, which is definitely going to be before he can get to him, he will probably have a skill level in W, which means that any kind of jump in with Q or jump in with W will get bounced back. So it's kind of a waste of his time to go for that. Um, oh, we do have like a level 2 invade though. It didn't quite work out, but it has set Rengar back and he's going to take that red buff. So that is useful for him. Oh my camera skills are great. Yeah, he's literally just sitting here like waiting for Rengar to do anything interesting. But like his team haven't moved up at all to try and assist him. It looks like Rengar has just said, you know what, my levels are more important than that red buff is, so I'm just gonna let you waste more time walking around my red buff while I go and kill something that puts me ahead in XP. And Merchant is like, okay, red buff then. So he's gonna get that 3 buff start, but I don't think it puts him ahead in XP. So that's that. Ezreal and Corki trying to fight it out there. It didn't really end anyway. The Majora did walk out of that with a bit like a kind of health lead, but it was literally it was kind of minute, so it's whatever. The CS is very equal. My little merchant coming in around here. Flash from Quotient. Heal comes out from Michael. Looks like Quotient's gonna go down here. Flash from Majora. Oh no, sorry, Trail. And that is the first blood over to Lee Sin. He's definitely trying to make something of this early strength he has over the Rengar. Tried to deny Rengar. He's made an early gank that got first blood for him. Now he's going to go back, probably finish off his Smite upgrade, and then move on from that. We look up top lane, we see Avocado Chicken's actually out farming Jamie P. I don't know. He's out farming James. Let's call him James. It's the best idea I've had all day. Ignore the last name, just call him James. But yeah, well, he's not out farming him anymore. But this is I don't really know how this one's gonna go. I know that Tom Kench gets a lot of damage later in the game, but I don't think that he'll be able to out damage Avocado Chicken early. Just on the basis that Poppy has really high base stats and really high like base ratios. Like her abilities have really high base damage, which is useful for a tank, which she's probably going to go. She went Doran's Shield, why else would she? She's going to be our team's primary tank. So yeah, she's probably just going to go straight like health and armor, especially considering if Lissandra doesn't get ahead of the LeBlanc, the armor will be useful because they've already got a kill and an assist on 2 AD threats. But we'll see what happens. This mid lane has been fairly uneventful. Olympiakos on the Lissandra is comfortably ahead in CS, but not massively ahead in CS. Jane actually does land there. We have Gravite coming in, gonna land some nice CC. Oh, nice flash by Olympiakos, gets him out of there. LeBlanc is gonna try and pick it up though. Does pick it up. Nice flash from Gravite, keeps him alive so Merchant doesn't pick anything up. Meanwhile, we look up in the top lane and we see that Avocado Chicken's not really very well off in terms of health, but he's alright in terms of CS. He's 7 CS up. That's not too bad. Michael here is comfortably ahead in CS actually from Majora, who's at 33 right now. I'm not massively surprised at that. I haven't seen Majora play yet, so I don't know how that really is going to work out. I think I don't expect her to beat Michael in lane. I expect maybe something in team fights though. She might be able to, she's playing a champ that is strong in team fights. Cookie is also, but oh, my little merchant taking a lot of damage here. Might go down, does go down, passes the double buffs if Michael gets away from this. Oh no, he doesn't. Can they kill Quotient though? That is the important thing. Get double buffs back for this team. I don't understand what Quotient's doing. Oh my god. Okay, BDP Trail picks up the double buffs there and the shutdown, which is not too bad, but I don't know how I feel about it. It would have been way better if Majora got those buffs, but Quotient with the mad outplay is actually pretty entertaining. Oh, Quotient. Quotient? What am I saying, Quotient? I'm stupid. Lodge literally destroys Olympiakos. Probably going to be a kill there. Is it? No? Nah. Merchant gets in just in time. Ooh, that was a close one. Merchant wants this there. Oh, oh, he does actually land. Nice ult there from Avocado Chicken. Can he keep him alive? He does keep him alive. This is really nice team play on the side of Eggy Bread, by the way. They have been one of the more proficient scrimmers, so maybe this is a sign that scrimming is good. If you scrim, you build team synergy, right? So now we're like 8 minutes in game. It's fairly tied up, like really equal at the moment. We have 11.3 to 11.8, so it's like a 500 gold lead for the red team right now, which isn't a massive deal. CS is tied up in the top lane, tied up in the jungle. Olympiacos has a comfortable near 20, over 20 now CS lead, but Michael has a 10 CS lead on Ezreal right now. We're both going Triforce first, which is, well, actually, maybe the Ezreal's going blue. Make more sense, actually. But the Cookie's definitely going Tri. He's like, I'm gonna eat you. And then he sees Gravite coming in with the ult, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna leave you. Carry on with the walking away. Avocado Chicken wants to try and make something happen, but he doesn't have quite enough mana to yet. And we return to the bot lane. BDP Trail with that nice, nice bait. Quotient gets smacked, but he makes a nice flash over the wall. Hair gets caught. Gravite kind of lucks out, really. Olympiakos comes in here, picks that up. It's probably going to ult the Poppy, and yeah, that's going to be 2 kills for the red team up on the top side. Plus Quotient dropping in the bot side, doubling their kills, and giving them a 1.8k gold lead now. 1.7, roughly. Yeah, it's 1.8 now, but yeah. So that went really well for them. Olympiakos picked up 2 kills. Merchant picked up a kill, so now they're both 2 and 1. Note that we see Lissandra? No, sorry, Lee Sin. This is the third game we've seen Lee Sin, but this is the second game we've seen Lee Sin do what he wanted to do early and actually succeed, and this is the first time we're seeing that work with the damage. In the first game, you would have heard me talk about how I didn't like the tank Lee Sin, even though he was 5 and 0. I thought that he should have gone more damage orientated, at least if it was just like the damage smite upgrade. But we can see that Merchant's actually going for that damage right now, and maybe it's because he has a more dedicated tank than they did in that game. Their top laner in that game was someone not particularly. Not a Tom Kench, let's put it like that. Oh, Tom Kench eating them, throwing him, and then he gets E'd. Look at the damage, man. Like, Tom Kench should really not have that much damage. It's kind of unfair. Someone who becomes so tanky and basically gets double the amount of health that he has is, yeah, it's a little bit unfair for him to have as much damage as he has. But alas. Here's some pings coming out because Olympiakos and Merchant are looking to go down bot. Bot lane back off. They counted the CS right now. We can see it's still fairly close in the top lane, but Tom Kench is pulling ahead. The CS is still ahead for Olympiakos, and the CS has actually grown ahead for Michael, going up near 30, no, 20 CS actually, above Ezreal or Majora. But otherwise, like if we look, like the gold is actually ahead for Khaled's keys right now. And we look where most of the gold is. Most of the gold's actually in the mid lane for them. Olympiakos has the highest CS on their team and has 2 kills, so he's sitting comfortable. Whereas we have no kills on the Corki, but the highest CS in the game, and he's sitting also at the highest in his team, but not by as much as this is on hers. Michael takes a mystic shot to the face there. Kind of unfortunate. Oh, Lodge tries to go in there, but takes Ring of Frost, I believe it's called, to the face. Oh, Merchant comes in on that bot lane gank again, gets thrown away by the Quotient ult. Merchant doesn't get anything, but he does get flashes, which is not too bad. Oh, nice there from Lodge, picks up a kill against Olympiakos, bringing himself into this game. He is now 2 and 0, 4.2 to 4.4. He's closing the gold gap now, even though he is down in CS. It's really unfortunate that he didn't get that kill in bot lane against the Janna. Would have been really useful. They could have made something with it, but Quotient played it nicely, so he got away, and they look fine. They're actually kind of poised to take a nice dragon. Everyone on Khaled's keys and the bot side is nowhere to be seen, so they could take a dragon, but I don't think that they know that everyone is gone, and it also doesn't look to be high on their priority list. So you see James here has a nice XP advantage, and he's kind of like, I want to make a play here against Avocado Chicken. I want to get a kill on him. We have Merchant come in. Merchant misses the Q. Flash, eat, death. And that's another kill for Khaled's keys. GG. Oh, they're calling the Rift Scuttler here. Not Rift Scuttler, Rift Herald even. Let's see what happens. I don't know how I feel about Rift Herald. I feel like it's a bit too weak because it just gives the minions attack speed, which means that they still die really quickly. And if you're against a team with wave clear, like well, Lodge can wave clear with his W if need be, and with minions that are really strong, why wouldn't he? Olympiakos with that pre-cum ulti there, in my opinion. Oh, Michael's trying to go in big on this. BDP Trail gets out. And Ez just uses his E, gets out of there, survives. Everything is fine. I want to see how this translates into team fights. Because as I was talking about the team comp earlier of Eggy Bread, they're kind of a pick comp. They're gonna wait. They're gonna wait until they can like group with Corki on the try, and they've got a 2-0 LeBlanc, but Rengar isn't really as impactful as I've seen him before with this team. So I'd like to see if they can like group up together in the next like 5 minutes while they have Corki on a power spike. Maybe like when he gets level 11, then you just go like your group is a 5 and you just try to siege. We have a TP coming out here from Tom Kench. Valkyrie's going to come out from Michael most likely, but he does see my little merchant here. Does land that Q, burns his flash. Nami's ult is going to hit him, but this is a weird fight now because we have Avocado Chicken in the mix. James is going to get away there with his Rift Herald, and nothing happens. There was a lot of action for nothing to come out of it, I think. And I don't know if you agree, but that, in my opinion, benefited the blue team because the red team tried to take the initiative. They brought out Merchant, tried to come out, make a big play. Nothing came of it. James burnt the TP to come down, didn't get anything. Avocado Chicken burnt his TP, but you know, that's not as valuable as the Tom Kench because the Tom Kench is 003 to 1020. So having a Poppy with no TP who is less relevant right now than than a Tom Kench is nah. Lodge is playing this lane really well. Even though Olympiakos has been able to find kills on the board in other places across the map, Lodge hasn't given him anything, and he's only falling behind on farm because of the fact that Lissandra is a really strong AoE clear kind of thing. Like she just throws a Q, walks into the wave W's, the wave is gone. Hey presto. So consider that in comparison to Lodge, who doesn't want to burn his abilities on that because he wants to burn his abilities killing his enemy and trying to get an advantage. His CS is fairly strong. Oh, Avocado Chicken is trying to fight James here, but it's not really working. He also doesn't have a completed item in comparison to Tom Kench on the Spirit Visage, which was a good idea for a first item because even like the Rengar hasn't particularly been relevant, and the Poppy isn't relevant in his lane, so he's built straight for when they start 5v5ing. He wants to be prepared for the LeBlanc and the Triforce procs that are magic damage off of Michael. Like AD would be useful, but this is going to be a free low kill. Yep, Olympiakos burns his Zonias to make sure that Gravite doesn't pick any kind of constellation here. Majora picks up that double kill, puts herself at 3-1. Trail might be in a bit of a poor position, but I think he's going to be okay. Majora gets blown up by Lodge, but luckily both members survive. Trail gives them that nice little heal, and they get away scot-free. Meanwhile, Merchant and Pear or James are here up in the top lane. They want to try and make something happen against Avocado Chicken, but don't think they can. They are just going to take that turret instead, and that's going to be the first turret of the game at 18 minutes and 11 seconds. with a gold lead of about 3k. Still no first dragon though, that's interesting. There's been multiple times when both teams could have took that first dragon fairly easily in the past 18 minutes. Mainly Eggy Bread though have had like multiple chances where there's been no one on the red side to like stop them. Oh, nice E there from Avocado Chicken, knocks up my little merchant, has to flash away. Nice flash though. Bad Valkyrie from Michael there. Doing a lot of damage to James, but it's not really relevant because he's just going to E and then have double his health again. Olympiakos with some nice distraction gets Avocado Chicken away from the Tom Kench, who's now going to walk away and get home for free. Although this does benefit Eggy Bread though, because now there's one less person around. The tank is gone. He could just ult back into the next fight, but it doesn't look like they're going to try and force a fight anyway. Lodge wants to try and pick Olympiakos off, but if he doesn't land that distortion onto the Lissandra, nothing happens. Maybe ult from Rengar? No, he doesn't ult, he just goes in. That's alright though. It burnt his E. Steven Merchant's coming around here. Mine trying to make something, but he just decides, no, I'm going to go blue instead. Rengar's making his way down bot lane. I don't know if he's going to get anything, though. They did ping that pink ward, so they do know it's there, but he's just going to go and clear it, I guess. Merchant's here as well. I don't know if they know he's here, though. It lands that Q onto Michael. Ults him, but it kind of was the wrong way, in my opinion. Majora might be dead here. Gravite got on top of him. TP coming here from the Tom Kench. TP also being met here by Avocado Chicken. Quotient gets hit once, Quotient gets hit twice. Will he get eaten? A nice Q on the stun there. Quotient goes down to Tom Kench. Avocado Chicken now is not being as relevant as he wants to be. Lodge makes Olympiakos burn his ult on himself there, so he doesn't really get enough damage, but he's going to be fine and safe. The Tom Kench keeps him pretty cool. And that fight kind of just bore fruits for Khaled's keys. Like, there was nothing else in that fight for Eggy Bread. They didn't get anything. They tried to, like, the Poppy tried to match the Tom Kench, but then she just isn't as strong as the Tom Kench. So even though she tried to match it, it just didn't mean anything. Now we have the red side want to take Dragon, but the fact that Poppy and Lodge are here, they're just trying to pick up something, and they're just basically trying to disrupt this until their team is ready to come and help maybe pick up some kills instead. You can see Rengar and Corki are coming around the sides as well, so they were just buying time. That was their plan, and it worked because it stopped a dragon. They may be behind 4k in gold, 3.5, but they're still strong. Nice wave clear. Have a quick look at the CS again. We can see the lead has kind of stayed the same distance in CS for the mid lane, with Olympiakos still 20 CS up on LeBlanc, but Tom Kench has started to build a CS lead against the Poppy, roughly 40 CS, and the lead has grown exponential now in the Eddie carry role, where Corki, who is 0-1, has like near 60, over 60. Oh, bye. They were like, yeah, this is a 2v1, we got this, and then nope, just get blown up. That was a bad Zhonya's though, in my opinion, although Merchant is here now. Maybe, no, I think I'm being a little bit harsh on that, but will Gravite kill him? No. Flash burn by Gravite. Is Olympiakos in a bad position here? Yes, he is. One more hit and he is dead. Ulti hits that, Michael picks it up, and he walks away with that kill. No shutdown though. Not too bad. We have James in here trying to wait for something to maybe happen. He's tanky enough to the point where he doesn't really have to worry. He's stacking health though. He's not building his Sunfire, and he's just gone Giant's Belt, Balmy Cinder. Cinder. There we go. That's the word, Cinder. So yeah, I don't really know what he's going for with that. He'll probably go like Randuin's or like Dead Man's Plate and then Sunfire. Have a quick look at the gold here. We see highest member is still Lissandra. And if you look on the enemy team, it's actually Corki. Well, that's just because of his CS, even though he doesn't actually have a massive deal of kills. BDP Trail's actually playing rather well. Like he's kind of been like a bit of an unnoticed strength of their team. Oh, pause. Yay. Cool. Right, that's that. Um I've lost everything that I was talking about. uh oh, this is a good thing. Lee Sin has actually decided to opt for more damage than just his smite upgrade. He's actually gone for that Black Cleaver, which is pretty interesting. Well, it's not pretty interesting, it's actually fairly standard, and they finally pick up the first dragon of the game at 23 minutes, which is staggeringly slow. But it's okay, because they're like fairly ahead anyway, so now they're just going to deal more damage across the board, which is always useful. We can see that Ezreal has finally finished his Frozen Mallet, which took a lot longer than I expected it to. Iceborne Gauntlet, why am I saying Frozen Mallet? Don't listen to me. Oh, here we come, pack. What? How can you do that to me? Okay, so we had the package come in there. BD Major is gonna get away, maybe. BDP Trail looks like he's gonna be sacrificed for it, though. And that is unfortunate, because he was not unkillable, but he hadn't died yet, so, you know, maybe we wanted that perfect KDA, maybe. Now we have to live on the hopes and dreams of James. See if he can be undead, or unkillable. Avocado Chicken trying to take a trade there. It didn't not work in his favor, but it didn't really work either. We just have two more people coming around the side here to try and come pick him up, but he just goes back. And he's fine. Donating that blue over to Lodge, who's 3-1 right now. He's in a comfortable position, but I don't know. I don't know who he can pick on their team now, apart from the Ezreal, and the Ezreal was fairly safe. Ezreal was one of the safer AD carries that they could have picked in this team setup, because of the fact that with the team wanting to pick up, like they want to get picked with the Rengar and with the LeBlanc, and even to some extent with the Poppy. The Poppy wants to find one person out of position, ram them into the wall, and have her team kill them. Oh, Michael gets picked up here. Merchant lands the Q. Gonna follow through, maybe. Quotient doesn't take any damage there. That was a really poorly placed Ezreal. LeBlanc coming around trying to pick up the Nami, maybe. It doesn't quite get it there. Corki picks up Lee Sin. Gravite's going to jump onto Trail. Trail's going to fall. Majora's sitting around the back. James comes in here, but I don't know if that was the best idea for a TP play. Loses half his health, 3/4 of his health. He's going to go down, pops his E. Maybe makes a flash to escape this. Does actually escape. Lodge goes in with the flash plays, ends up getting the kill. And this is probably Eggy Bread's best time to siege. If they were going to do that, they need to do it now, and they need to push the bot lane. They know that Lissandra is in mid, but she's probably not that big of a threat in terms of, you know, if you went LeBlanc, Poppy, Rengar, all try and push with the Corki would have been able to take the turret way faster than Alessandra on her own. But regardless, they decide to go back, and they decide to take no risks, clear mid, and wait for the next fight and try and pick another person off, and then just get that 4v5 going that they want. And you know, they basically want to rinse and repeat that process, probably on the Nami as well, because Nami is the squishiest member of Khaled's keys right now. Talking for a lot of time really starts to like get on your voice, doesn't it? This is the third game of the night. I'm like, look at the gold real quick. We have 41.5k to 43.4k. So Khaled's keys are still in the lead. It's just not as big as a lead as it used to be. There are only 2 turrets to 1 turret in this game so far, which is kind of weak. There was that was an interesting ult from Olympiakos. He landed it while Lodge was right next to him, and then he hit W like extremely quickly and landed back in his team when the ult finished its cast time. So he ended up getting ulted right in the middle of his team instead of right in the middle of Khaled's keys, which was not useful, of course. I don't know if this is a good idea from the red side because Lee Sin isn't here, so they probably want to like not push in as if they're a 5 and ready to 5v5, especially against the Triforce Corki, because and Triforce Essence Revo Corki, might I add. So he's got like 30% CDR, which makes his crits like annoying. It makes his abilities just that much more spammable and that much more annoying. I think it's 30%. I might be wrong. That does give crit chance as well, so surely, yeah, it gives him an additional 20%. So yeah, I think he's on 30% CDR. I think I can check. Click. Oh, not have that on. Ignore me. I am a fool. No, I can't even see it. It's unfortunate. I'm fairly certain he's on about 30% CDR though. How to get distracted. Five three two 332 315 128 1. Interestingly, actually the Ezreal has the highest kill participation. That to me that's mind-boggling because I'd have assumed it would have been like Olympiakos or something. Likewise with the enemy team, both members of the bot lane have the highest kill participation. Actually, I'm a goon. Nami has the highest kill participation on the red side. Don't listen to me. I'm not paying attention. She's a 128, so she has 9 out of 13. Lodge tries to go in here on Olympiakos. Nice binds here, but I don't think it's really going to pick very much up. They do get the LeBlanc. Oh my! Gravi and Michael come in at the same time, and it looks really scary. I was like, whoa. Olympiakos did get picked up there. He's now 4-4. But they did get to kill the LeBlanc, which is the important thing. Avocado Chicken here is losing a 1v1 against James on the Tom Kench. Standard. And we see blue side want to try and pick up a dragon here. It's going to be uncontested because no one on the red side is even around. Try and do anything regarding it. And, oh, we are 4 CS off of Corki Flame Horizoning this Ezreal. That's cool. Yep, there we go. Flame Horizon at 31 minutes and 1 second. GG. L. Well, I mean, is there Flame Horizon even if it's not the top lane? Is it? Is there Flame Horizon if it's AD carry, or is it a different player? I don't know, bud. By the way, if anyone does want to do casting, Brian is supposed he's today is like a one-off. I think he does want to do quite a lot of casting, but we are going to need more people for casting. So if you want to do it, let us know, and we'll see what happens. Rest in peace, Stephen Merchant, by the way. He tried to come in and get some vision, and then it was just like, oh, look, there are 4 people, and now they're going to try and start a 32-minute Baron. Not a bad idea, but I don't know if it's a good idea either. I mean, there's no smite on the enemy team, so it is basically free. The enemy team get their tier 1 blue. Oh, Olympiakos comes in. They're probably... Oh, that was a 4-man W. Doesn't get anything for it, though. Olympiakos gets locked up by the Avocado Chicken E. And, yeah. Then they get their empowered recalls, and bot lane can't push any further. Definitely worth it for Eggy Bread. They're definitely back in this game. Actually, the gold is completely caught up now. They've completely tied the game. So it's interesting to see where this one's going to go. We have a 4-1 Corki, which is like the highest I've ever seen as KDA in ever, in terms of since they've been playing as a team since like last week. Which is cool. It's great. because he usually does actually drop the most damage on their team, but he just doesn't get the kills. Well, now he's getting the kills. He has a 9 out of 13 kill participation, which is great, and Merchant just got himself killed again, which is not great. He's trying to make plays, but just kind of dying. Lodge and avocado chicken. Yay. Killing minions. Oh. This is some kind of awkward siege that isn't really working. The fact that the blue team have the Baron buff is useful for them, because as I said, you know, they kind of want Corki. Corki is like their sieging tool, but then everyone else is just like, oh, I want to kill stuff, and then everyone else that isn't like, I want to kill stuff is like, I want to defend people. So, you know, they don't really have a siege team. But the Baron buff helps them siege. Like, you know, the Baron buff did most of the work there in terms of killing that turret, and it's probably going to do most of the work in terms of killing the tier 2 bot turret when they get round to it, if they bother, but it looks like they're going back to mid. Yarkos trying to make something happen there, but he decided not to follow up on it. We do have 4 members of the red team, now 5 going down the mid lane. They still have Baron empowered minions. So I don't know how well this push is really going to go, but maybe I don't think they're looking for a push so much as they're looking for one of the enemy team to try and start a pick, and then for them to disengage that pick, like to disengage the attempt at the pick and kill the guy attempting, and then they get that 4v5, and then that's when they go and try and siege, or that's when they go and try and fight a full team fight. Because if we look at their team, they kind of have to wait, like, they have to wait for someone to become out of position for Olympiakos to catch them out, and then that's their engage. Or Olympiakos can just go in on his own and ult himself, but that's not as effective because it's not CC, really, it's just a slow, and you really want to lock them down instead. Oh, we're going with that, he doesn't follow it up. Bravo had that bowler strike just in case, but didn't really work out. Poppy just picked up the tier 1 top turret, and the tier 2 bot turret actually fell on its own, so now Eggy Bread actually have control. It's 14 to 14, but they have 4k gold. In comparison, they have 2 turrets, and the dragon score is tied, so in terms of neutral objectives, they are fairly like strong. This Baron play was really, really helpful for them. And they're going to actually take this tier 2 top if no one stops them. Here we have it, actually the engage comes out, Nami drops that, avocado chicken drops down, Olympiakos ulted himself. James is going to try and drop some DPS here, but it's not really going to work. His range is not really enough, is it? Throws a minion, but it just smacks the wall right in front of him. Whoops. Blue team fall behind. Avocado chicken's dead, but doesn't look like the enemy team can really take anything from it. They're not, like, every lane of theirs is kind of pushed up into them, so they can't really make anything of the fact that the Poppy is dead. Plus, they also didn't kill a carry threat, so, you know, what happens when they do push the lane and they do get onto the turret finally, and then Poppy's only like 5 seconds. Whoa, nice package over there, trying to make something happen here. Valkyrie's on top of James. James takes quite a bit of damage, pops his big shield. Gonna try flash over the wall? Yeah, he does, gets it. Looks like he's gonna get away, but then Lodge is like, nope! Gravite comes in, they do secure the kill. Trail is low, Trail is down. Michael going big on that 1, 5, 1, and 6. Woo! He's also still 100 CS up on Majora right now, which is pretty painful. Merchant wants to check this, but he's like, no, because I know that they know I'm here. Yeah, no, they didn't get that pick that they were looking for, so they just decided to take Dragon, and they're going to probably leave it at that. Maybe push mid, but no, I think they're going B. Why wouldn't you? Oh, I just realized that Tom Kench has died twice. Oh no, he's not deathless anymore. Where are my deathless people? Ugh. Stop dying, everyone. I want good QDAs. This is COD, not League. 2-6 and then 5-3. They both junglers actually have equal kill participation. It's kind of interesting. Oh, look at the IE though in the Rengar, and I don't know how I feel about that one. I haven't really seen him burst anyone properly apart from like one time. But I mean, that's probably why. The IE is probably why I didn't see that person die because they just were gone. Looking at both of the builds in the mid lane. Okay. We have, I think we have more pen from Olympiakos here, which is probably useful. No, actually we don't. They both have equal pen. Actually, no, it's a lie. They don't have equal pen because we have Sork boots coming out of Alessandra, and they both have abyssals and they both have void stuffs. But no one's built MR, so I don't know why. Apart from the Tom Kench. Oh, Lodge picks up that Nami easy. And Piakos is in the middle of the team, sitting there like, I don't know if this is the best of ideas. Gravai is invis, and everyone's like, is he going to jump on me? But he just walks away. Ulti there knocks Majora halfway across the lane. James is sitting there like, you can't even kill me. Like, look how much health. Oh my lord, he almost actually dies. Will he get away? Probably not. No, Michael doesn't let him get away. The Lee Sin dies, and then the Janna drops in response, but Corky picks up a nice kill onto the Lissandra, and that is an ace. And I'm really tired now. Oh. Passive, nice free low turret there. Eggy Bread pushing 5k gold up now. Double the turrets. Ezreal does see that they're taking the Baron, but it was they didn't have vision of it, so I can't say that it was poorly timed. If they did have vision of it and he was trying for a steal, it was poorly timed, but they didn't. So he was basically just scouting, and unfortunately was about 3k gold to 3k health too early. Right now, what do Khaled's keys need to think about to get themselves back into this game, though? That's a good question. They're down roughly, what, 8k, I think? Is it? It's 71 to 64, so yeah, it's about 7k. 7k gold, they're down. They have nice late game threats, but I don't know, this Corki is just like making them cry. He's 717 and the Lodge on the LeBlanc is just really disruptive. He's just busting whoever he gets the chance to. We saw Corky basically ripped through James like on another level. Like look how much HP he has, and then he just goes like in a team fight he loses his HP faster than anything. Faster than minions. Crazy. One more hit and that turret's down. There we go. Minions, Baron buff, cracks open the base. And what's going to happen now? We're going to see if they can actually siege down this inhib. They probably can. I don't see why they couldn't. Doesn't really look like Red Side have a strong enough engage tool here to like stop them. Really, they're just kind of they're just kind of waltzing around, looking like they need to do something, but they can't. Tom Kench is going to come in here, but he's surrounded by 5 members, so he's just going to like take a load of damage. Everyone's funneling onto Avocado Chicken apart from Merchant, who was trying to go around and try to get to the backline, but didn't quite get there. Gravite, meanwhile, did burn the ult to try and scare people away, but it didn't really work out. Oh, he comes out here from Ezreal, but to no avail. Cult quotient is quite low, but it's not going to be a kill. Oh, nice ulti hit from Olympiakos. Does actually get them that pick on the Rengar. Gonna pick up the Poppy, but the Mikaels keeps her alive. Ezreal, Majora trying to make something happen here. Makes a nice aggressive flash. Trying to get Michael, but I don't think they can. Valkyrie comes out. Quotient is really low. Heal saves him. Nice Mystic Shot block from Michael. Keeps her alive, and he's still full HP. Looks like Trail's going to go down to a mad crit. Valkyrie again, Hair's going to go down, Lodge is unstoppable. Look how low these guys are, and yet somehow they're still still alive. Like they're still just going strong. Apart from the Corki, no one's touched the Corki. That surrender vote, by the way. Oh my, someone's tilted. Someone on the red team is tilted. Oh no. Um, yeah, we have Merchant here. Olympiakos is back up after dying. Majora is here, but she's trying to stop the super minions coming in through mid. Lodge gets caught here, has the Zonias, double Zonias. Avocado Chicken, nice block there. Everyone gets out alive. Beneficial for Eggy Bread because it was a ballsy play by them. And from there, that's that. I think everyone's just gonna like disengage and leave it. The blue team might pick up this dragon, but it doesn't mean a massive deal because this is the movement speed buff, which is not gonna change very much, in my opinion. Anyway, they really want to get 4th and 5, but if this game goes to 5 dragons, I'm probably gonna slit my wrists. 862 to 925. But then there's an 150 CS lead. I no no 100. Wait, is whoa? It is 150 CS. I was like I was there like I read it and I registered it as 150, but then I was like, wait, no, that's really unrealistic, right? And then it was, and then I was like, oh, wow, damn. It's likewise the 80 carries. There's an 150 CS lead in that place too. So crazy. But then White Lodge is 925, and he's still just as relevant as Olympiakos is, even though he doesn't have as much farm. He's not as invested in, but he's still really relevant. Whereas the Ezreal hasn't been as relevant as Lodge has, and he is being the person they're funneling the resources into. I mean, wait, other way around, other way around. He's the person they're not funneling resources into, and he is not relevant. Well, he's not as relevant. Oh, here we go. This has got a team fight. Looks like James is going to go down here. I don't see any world where he survives that. BDP Majora is caught out. Merchant looks like he is going to go down too. I'm fairly certain this is probably the game. Olympiakos does get away, but I don't think that he can save the day here. The Eggy Bread side should just push mid and try to win, but it looks like they want to take inhibitors. Like, they just want to go for this top inhib because it's safer. They do take down that turret. Lodge goes in, but then gets a really strong amount of burst. Gets saved by the Mikhails though, off of Quotient. And meanwhile, Gravite has taken that bot lane inhibitor, and now all 3 waves at a time are just going to go boom straight onto the Nexus turrets. And it is basically a matter of time. Either some crazy team fight is going to happen in the next 15-20 seconds. Oh, mad shutdown there by Merchant. Really well played. But he is going to get himself killed there. Legendary on that Orky Michael there. Ulti here from Trail trying to keep it alive, but I don't think it's going to work out. Michael and Gravite here are going to finish this one up, and after 46 minutes and 45 seconds, their Nexus goes boom. Eggy Bread are 1, and Khaled's keys are 0.